Good morning, Facebook and YouTube.
Broadcasting live from First State Bank Studios. This is KBEL 96.7 FM, 1240 AM, IML, Broken Bow, IML's first 96.7 KBEL.
There's a new style of fishing going around today, but it's not done with rods and reels or tackle. The rods and reels have been replaced with computers, and the tackle are now unsolicited emails. This is Kevin Britton at the Iredell National Bank. Never provide your personal information in response to an unsolicited request.
Morning, TJ Ferguson.
Business or financial institution will ask you for information via an email. Helping your dreams become reality at the Iredell National Bank. Equal housing lender.
It's National Krabby Patty Day. Nice.
When it comes to your final arrangements, shouldn't you make the decisions? The arrangements you make will reflect your exact wishes and desires. Rearranging your own service will help to ease the burden of your loved ones. It will also alleviate any questions, problems, or differences which can occur among family members. Call Clarity Funeral Services today to learn more about rearrangements. 286-4449. 286-4449. Owned and operated by Kelly Clarity Funeral Services.
Live from First State Bank Studios, good morning. I'm Oran Jackson.
And I'm Micah Frazier.
It's 7 a.m., committing this time to reading some scripture. Today's John 14. It says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." In this passage, Jesus makes it clear that his peace is unlike anything the world can offer. The world's peace is often temporary and fragile, based on circumstances going right. But Christ's peace is lasting. It steadies us even in storms. When troubles rise or fear tries to creep in, we can anchor ourselves in this promise. His peace is already ours. All we have to do is rest in him and refuse to let fear rule our hearts. That was John 14. This 7 a.m. scripture is brought to you by Trey Collins Construction and Trucking Company. That's 580-236-9295.
Today we're going to be talking about things you can do to boost your creativity. If you've ever been stuck on something, a task, or maybe you're learning something new and you just can't figure out how to put pen to paper, we're going to tell you some things that may work for you to boost your creativity so you can get those tasks done. Stay tuned. You're on 96.7 KBEL. Get your calls in for a request, 286-6642. Or you can let me and Oran Jackson take the reins. Right now we got Zach Top with "I Never Lie." It's been some time. National Krabby Patty Day, huh?
National Krabby Patty Day. Nice.
Sean Duggan says if I could figure out how to do that, I'd be doing better in life. Well, it's actually National Cheeseburger Day.
Yeah, I was about to say. That's what I saw.
So what? Monday was National Double Cheeseburger Day. Today is National Cheeseburger Day.
I swear it's been like five national hot dog days too.
They should be getting bored of it. The National Days office. Because, like, what was it? Good morning, Cassie Johnson. What was it? How many strawberry shortcakes or something like that days have we had so far? I've only been here since June. We've had at least like 3 strawberry shortcake or something, devil's food cake or something.
What Cassie Johnson. Good morning.
You been to the weather? Yeah. I'm gonna bring you in. Number Zach Top, I Never Lie here on Live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. We've got things you can do to boost your creativity. Here's some tips and everything. But before we get into that, here's Oran Jackson with your weather update.
Your McCurtain County weather forecast is brought to you by Pine Cellular, coverage when it matters most. Today, expect a slight chance of showers between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m., and a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 4 p.m. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies, highs near 92. And tonight, chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly after 4 a.m., lows around 67 degrees.
That was your weather update from Oran Jackson here on Live on 259 out of Bell's First 96.7 KBEL. And we're talking about things you can do possibly that work for you to boost your creativity. Whether you're painting, whether you're writing music, whatever it is, and you just can't seem to get out of that slump. What do they call it? Writer's block. I'm sure painting and stuff like that have their own version of writer's block, but how about practicing divergent thinking? Write down as many ideas as possible, no matter how wild and crazy they are. If you're writing music, if you write poems, just write. I've struggled with writing songs, trying to find the perfect lyric throughout the years. And what I've noticed has worked for me was just write something. Write something that makes sense. It doesn't necessarily have to be the final draft. If you're just now writing this poem, it could be a speech. But just write it down, jot it down, go on to the next sentence, because it's better to have a full structure of song, or of lyrics, or a poem of words, or written speech. It's better to have it in its entirety and be able to go through and edit it and say, no, I'm gonna take this out, or I want to replace this. Then you only have to think about that one sentence, but you got the rest of it down. So that's one thing. Write down your ideas. And I would say, if you're writing a novel, if you're writing a book, people do that, comics, all that stuff, write it down, come back to it later and see if you want to replace it. Sometimes you don't want to. So let's practice that. Practicing divergent thinking. Write down everything. That's one of the tips you can do. How about challenge assumptions? Ask what if or why not. Rethink norms or limitations in any problems. Like just, if you're trying to be creative, you can't stay in the box. You have to think outside the box, and there's no way around that. You know, you got to, even if you have to get out of your comfort zone, whatever you're doing, people want to know you, not what they don't want you diluted. They want you at your best. Just like you would your favorite artist or your favorite painter, your favorite singer. You don't want them to hold back. You want everything that they got to offer. So let's practice that, practicing divergent thinking and challenge assumptions. 96.7 KBEL, we got Keith Urban with You'll Think of Me. Stay tuned. Sean says still haven't had National Beer Day. It's got to be coming up soon. Cassie Johnson says I have to get on blood pressure medicine and probably anxiety medicine. Mine was 160 at the dentist. I started walking. It's because I'm constantly trying to keep Cade safe, which is an impossible task. And no more wine. If I get that medicine, I can't drink. Oh no. Oh, Steve's first episode was awesome. I need to check it out, man. I forgot all about that. But yeah, Cassie, it's always difficult when you have to, when your blood pressure gets high and stuff. I dealt with that earlier this year. But this fasting helps, honestly. Like fasting, you're just changing up your diet will do wonders. She must have Gomez too. He's a doctor at the clinic here. I stopped the Cokes last Halloween. Yeah, just that's what, like, I hurt my back like in February, so I was immobile, but I was still eating like I usually ate and stuff. And before then, I had a job that was physically demanding, lifting, climbing up in the truck, lifting, moving stuff around, just mow all day. Out in the heat, so I'm sweating, and when I hurt my back, it's like everything stopped, but I kept eating the way I was eating. And next thing you know, they're telling me that my blood pressure's up now because I guess I'm just immobile. I'm not doing anything to counter that, but yeah, it's rough getting on the medicine, but like right now, the nurse explained it to me, because I wanted to change stuff up, but you can't do that overnight. The nurse told me, because I didn't want to go on medication, and she told me,
You did it?
No.
Nice.
But what she told me was, well, right now your blood pressure is way too high, and we can focus on getting off of it later, and changing your diet and exercising more and stuff. But right now you're at, it's too high. There's a possibility you could have a stroke or something like that. So I kind of think that had a lot to do with my back being hurt too, because I couldn't move it. I couldn't do anything. Every time I walked or anything, my back's freaking hurting. But see, my stuff would be like that. I had a dry socket. I didn't know it was a dry socket in one of my teeth up here. They were trying to do a root canal, so they were trying to save it. And my blood pressure was crazy. And they were like, well, you got high blood. And I was like, well, it could be the fact that over this weekend, I slept maybe 5 hours. I've been up all weekend. My tooth is aching. Like it's not even a normal ache. Nothing y'all have given me has put an end to this ache or even diluted it. It's all day, all night. If I'm lucky enough to fall asleep, it's like 30, 45 minutes later, I'm waking up in pain. And one guy told me, he was like, just get them to pull it. Just tell them pull it. You're done after that. No more. So I did that. It turns out they wouldn't have been able to save it anyway because it was a dry socket. The tooth was already gone pretty much. So I was going to be in a month's worth of pain trying to set up an appointment for a root canal.
You'll think of me, Keith Urban. Oran Jackson here with Micah Frazier, live on 259. Good morning.
Good morning. Hope everybody's getting to work on time, getting up, getting your breakfast, getting your donuts. Shout out to all the donut shops out here, keeping everybody going. We're talking about boosting creativity and things you may be doing or maybe doing wrong, or maybe you haven't thought about it. How about using analogies or metaphors? Try comparing to challenge, how about comparing or challenging to unrelated things? How is this problem like, how is this a problem? Like cooking a meal, think about what's causing you to stumble, and let's figure out a way around that, because it happens no matter what. Your favorite artist, your favorite guitarist, your favorite painter, they go with that too. That's why a lot of people have writers with them. 3 minds are better than one. Maybe you need somebody's input. Maybe you're being too hard on yourself. That's a lot of things with being creative is you critique yourself way too much. When me musically, anything I make has to be perfect. But that's because I have an ear for that. Like I hear every little thing that's out of tune or out of beat and all this stuff. But to the untrained eye or the untrained ear, a lot of people don't even notice it. So maybe you're just being too hard on yourself. And I understand you want it to be perfect, but a lot of people have told me that it'll never be perfect. You ever went to a concert and the guitarist, he plays a different solo, or he plays a solo differently than the album. Like he adds a little something else to it. That's because he recorded it and they finalized it and they pushed it out. But you know what? After he recorded it, he thought of something else that he could have put in the song. But it would have just further delayed the album or anything like that. So that's where you bring it into your live shows. That makes your live shows even better. So don't be too hard on yourself. Think outside the box. Reverse thinking. Instead of thinking how to solve the problem, ask how could I make this worse? Then invent those answers. Sometimes chaos is the perfect example. Like painting, drawing, all that stuff. You see a lot of those. They do the background first, and it's so crazy how they have it's like pieces of the puzzle. They got to lay this piece down first. And it makes no sense to us because I have no painting ability or drawing ability. I can't draw to save my life. You need a stick man? I got you. But other than that, I've tried and I didn't forego anything. I didn't go forward with anything on that. But painters, that's what they do. They can see the picture before they even start painting. And they know exactly what they need to do. They know the steps they need to do. And that takes practice. But a lot of trial and error. They try this first, didn't work, try this first. So they figure out, chaos. Do what you think you need to do. And don't worry about it being pretty. It'll be pretty later on, promise you. But without all the chaos, you won't know what to do. You won't know what to pull from. Right now, you're thinking inside the box. You need all that chaos on the outside to pick and choose what you're going to add to this picture, what you're going to add to this song, what you're going to add to this book, what you're going to add to this speech. So using analogies and metaphors and reverse thinking. That's a couple more tips for boosting your creative energy and stuff you got going for you. And people want to hear it, so put it out. You're listening to Live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. Out of Bell's first 96.7 KBEL, here's Live Like You Were Dying by Tim McGraw. Another episode is out too, but I think there's a video version of it coming tomorrow. According to Steve on TikTok, I might have misheard it though. That's horrible about your back. Yeah, TJ, yeah, I have to check that out, man. Cash Johnson said, that's horrible about your back. Yeah, I was, I don't know what happened. Sean says, you just weep. My back hurting right now and I'm at work. What the freak? The guitar keeps going out of tune. Cassie says, I'm the same. I can't draw. Yeah. At one time I could. I thought I could anyway. But just not for me, I guess.
Wait, Cassie, they checked your blood pressure at the dentist? Or you just noticed your heart was beating faster than usual while you're at the dentist?
They usually check it before they're going to work on anything.
Bro?
Yeah. Because your gums and all the stuff like that, it's a direct deal to your heart. It was 144 at the doctor the other day. Is that the high number or the low number?
That's got to be the high number. What is it, like 60, the average? 70?
Sounds to be like 120 over 70, I think. It used to be 120 over 80. Now they changed it, so. Then when I saw Micah's mom, it was 159. The top, okay, what was the bottom number? Because that's what they worry about. That's what one doctor told me. Okay, 120 over 80.
So you good.
The doctor told me the high number is not what, yeah, they want that down, but your low number, they want that under 100. They want that in the 80s, 70s mark. And once it gets over, once it gets to like over, that's what mine was. It was a one over 100. They couldn't get it down. So that's when they were like, okay, the high number is what your heart can do. And that's when you run, it's supposed to be able to handle that. Your exercise is supposed to be able to handle all that.
Trading lines.
That's right. You're listening to Live on 259 here on Idabel's First 96.7 KBEL with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. How
Good
you doing
morning.
today?
Doing outstanding. The weekend's almost here.
Yes, sir. Friday Eve. We got Micah's Man Up coming up in about 18 minutes. I don't want to lie to you. About 7:45, so stay tuned for that. We're talking about creative exercising and habits to boost your creativity. Morning pages, it says. Write 3 pages of stream of consciousness every morning. It clears mental clutter and sparks ideas. That kind of goes along with, they said Johnny Cash would write and just write and just write. Now, Johnny Cash is not the best singer. He had a unique voice. Everybody loves his voice. I love his voice. But if you put him up put him in a lineup of the greatest singers, like he does not place at all. What he was a storyteller, and people love that about him. So that was his creativity of writing music. And they said he would write. He had hundreds of songs that were never put out because he would just write, and out of 100 songs, you're going to get some good ones. And that's what, by just write it down, just paint it, just whatever. A lot of these you're going to not use. You may come back and use them later, but if you keep all that cluttered in your brain, you'll never get to the good stuff. So you got to, and that's what I kind of started doing, just write stuff down, get that out of your head. At least it's written down. You clear your mind to that. You declutter your mind. That's basically all it is. Your brain has a mind of its own, and it has things that maybe you don't think about until you start trying to write, and it's trying to push all these different ideas at you. Just write them down. Write a song that makes no sense to nobody. It doesn't even rhyme. It doesn't sound good. It's okay. You got it out of the way. That's making room for the banger that's coming up. Painting, ideas for painting. What you should do, what you shouldn't do, all this stuff. Just do it. Get it out of the way. I would tend to say that Van Gogh and Pablo Picasso and all these great painters probably had a bunch of junk in their, before they got famous and stuff. They probably had a bunch of junk lying around that they painted. It wasn't no good until it was good, until people started liking it. But you know what a Picasso is, where he like rearranges the face or he makes it look all disoriented and stuff. That's the creativity. That's what you got to do. So get to doing that. We got more of the creative exercises and habits for you to boost your creativity here on 96.7 KBEL. Up next, get your request in 286-6642. Let us know what you want to hear. Up next, we got we got White Horse by Chris Stapleton. I'm gonna go tomorrow and see what I have to do because I can't have a heart attack and leave Kate here. I started running yesterday. Doesn't have it done. Yeah, a lot of it is just, the parenting stage. You get so used to not being able to just do what you want. You got to watch the kids and stuff, and your situation is 10 times what ours is. So it's just figure out what works for you, I would say. But yeah, that top number, they're not so much worried about that. It's the bottom number. Like mine was at the time when I hurt my back, when they first told me I was going to have to get on medication, it was like 160 over 101. And usually I have white coat syndrome. So if I go to the doctor, it's always going to be the last time I went to the doctor or the dentist, I took a picture of, because they give you a blood pressure machine too after that, and Chocolate Nation does. So they wanted me to constantly, check it daily. I'm in the car and I check it and it's fine. I will go up to the dental office. They check it and it's out of whack again. It just, I don't know. And I showed them the picture. I was like, this is before I come in here. So somewhere in between that, getting from the car to the office, I don't know if it just freaks me out that they're going to check my blood. It spikes I don't know. But yeah, they just couldn't get it under 100. That's what they were saying to say. If it's over 100, that's when you're starting to get, it's too out of control. So that's why, and now it's under 100 every time I check it. Majority of the time it's like in the low 90s, which is good because at first, when I first started the medication, I'd try to go without it and it would not go under 100. So I had to keep taking it and keep taking it. But then that's when I started.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. So that's why, the fasting.
You have to never take medicine. Never take it.
You were nervous. I always
your lifestyle.
Like,
Cassie, if I was you, I would not hop on the medication. I wouldn't. I would eat super.
Never, because as you get older, they're like, well, your blood pressure's a little high, and you watch it. Yeah, you don't ever think about. No, I always think I'm good, but until they're like, yeah, we can't get your blood pressure down. Like, it's crazy. But also, like I said, I'm coming off of 5 months of not doing anything, just laying in bed all day, pretty much. So it was bad, but I haven't taken it in 3 weeks now.
Visual side effects, probably 100%. I mean, medicine doesn't fix the root problem, just masks. Why Horse Chris Singleton, live on 259. I'm Oran Jackson, hanging out with Micah Frazier. Good morning, Micah.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. You doing all right?
I'm doing awesome. We're talking about boosting creativities with tips. We'll get to John Party here in just a minute. How about change your environment? Rearrange your workplace. Go to a cafe or work outside to stimulate your brain. It's always good to take a break also. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, understand it's not everything's going to happen overnight. Not everything's going to be perfect that day. Whether it's music, painting, drawing, a book, a novel you're writing, a poem, whatever it is, it's not always going to happen that day. Some things are pieced together, and it's what you're thinking Tuesday that you put that down. And then Thursday, you thought of something else and you put that in your book. And Friday evening, you spend your evening doing that and you add a couple more things. And then Saturday, you do a little bit more. And now you have a complete work, but you have 4 different mindsets. Saturday afternoon or Saturday, you're off. You don't have the same mindset as you were when you just got off work Tuesday or Thursday or Friday evening when you're exhausted from the week. You go to sleep Friday, you're well rested. You get up when you want to on Saturday. You have a whole different mindset. So keep that in mind. Get some sleep as well. You have to let your mind rest. And I know it's difficult with kids and whatever your lifestyle entails, but just make sure you're getting enough sleep. That also blocks the brain. You're listening to 96.7 KBEL, live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. We got Micah's Man Up coming up in about 9 minutes. Here's John Party with Heartache Medication.
Or it cut out right when you were talking. What was I talking about?
Oh, probably telling you not to get on the medicine.
Yeah, if I were you, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't get on the medication.
There is over-the-shelf stuff. Like they have that beetroot stuff that helps with inflammation. Number one, your blood pressure is, a lot of it is inflammation.
Yeah, just cut out sugar, processed sugar, cut out carbs, and just walk.
It squeezes your veins and your everything. It squeezes all your veins and stuff to where your heart has to pump harder to push that blood through.
And when people have high blood pressure, they think don't work out, don't exercise. It's actually the opposite. You want to like implement, exercise throughout the day. You don't want to just be a still body, a stagnant body.
I've seen there's ways you can look up ways you can, what do you call that? Level out your heart rate. The little squishy, squeezy toy, that's usually like a harder, the doctor will, they have stuff like that where you just squeeze it.
Like a stress ball?
Yeah, stress ball. They said if you 2 of them, 2 minutes a day. Just straight. That is one of them. They said walking for 30 minutes a day. They said that once you get that started, just that 30-minute walk will level your blood pressure for 24 hours. So if you were to walk every day at the same time, your blood pressure would constantly stay at that.
And grounding too, walking barefoot outside reduces inflammation and reduces stress. I mean, there's just so many ways to, medicine is just it's just like the easiest thing to do. That's why people do it, but it actually hurts you in the long run. And like glasses, I mean, if we take it that far, glasses, everybody that I met that has glasses, their eyes are getting worse over time. It doesn't help. They get you hooked on it when you're little. Is that it?
Oh, you got it.
Good morning, this is Oran Jackson, KBDL.
No problem.
Rainbow flag?
Research it.
Yes, ma'am, we'll do. You have a great day.
At the end of the day, it's up to you. But yeah, I would research that. Just different stuff that you can do. There's over-the-counter stuff, vitamins, omega-3 fish oils and stuff. It's not going to happen overnight. That's one thing. John Party, Heartache Medication here on Live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. How you doing today, Oran?
I'm good. I was thinking about going to a John Party concert September 25th. It's OKC.
OKC.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
I bet it'd be a pretty good
Was
concert.
it the Zoo Amphitheater?
Oh, yeah.
I've never been to a concert before.
Really?
Never.
Oh, man, you got to go.
I know.
John Party would be good, too.
Yeah.
It'd be a good one. Stay tuned for the ONN Network, and then Micah's Man Up coming up after that. No problem, but yeah, it all depends on how you feel right now. That's the only reason I took it, because I started feeling weird, like not normal, like this ain't right. If you're feeling okay, I would say just go ahead and do your research, see what you can do to bring it down.
All of those turkey citations were
We by no means are health officials by any sort.
Yeah, our opinions are not FDA approved. Sure. Mine definitely aren't. Mine goes against pharmaceutical things. I'm more of changing your lifestyle instead of going to the doctor. Unless I broke my bones, I would definitely go to the doctor. But my general health, I would never go. Just because I know they're gonna diagnose me with something, try to sell me some medication. I mean, what pharmaceuticals the biggest? It's $1 billion.
At times in the middle, it feels like it's on fire, and I know my anxiety shoots up. The heart, I don't know. Yeah, I would make sure you watch it constantly. That would be something that's something you would probably need to do daily now, is to check it and see how it goes from here. You started walking, change up the diet and stuff.
If it isn't important, they wouldn't check it. That's how they get you.
But different things happen. So you've always been healthy. But once you start having kids, getting married, just lifestyle stress, that stuff's real. Just, packing stuff on work, bills, relationships, marriage, kids, all this stuff. It just adds more and adds more. And like I said, I'm 36 and it's just now starting. Before I didn't care about any of that. I'm just
36. That's probably when I'll hit my prime. It's not even my prime yet. Men usually declines 30, 40.
Definitely stop drinking.
Oh, 100%. It's poison. It poisons your body. There's no benefits to drinking. But I guess wine, a little wine every now and then ain't bad. But drinking brewskis every night is terrible.
Yeah, Sean.
One weekend of drinking is ruining a week's worth of gains. Ever since I heard that, I don't really drink at all.
Not that I don't know why I do it. It's habit forming.
Yeah, you should come in
place and are replacing the old broken
It's fun.
lines in Idaho. This is bringing high-speed internet and satellite.
It's all repetitiveness stuff.
Business in Idaho. The internet is lightning fast, and the television reception is amazing. And it includes Oklahoma City television stations. Visit the Pine office in Idaho for more information on the fiber optic.
It's all what you practice doing.
To all Idaho
You'll be good at it.
residents. The Pine office is on Southeast Washington in Idaho.
If you practice bad, healthy health styles, you'll be good at bad health style or healthy, lifestyles or bad lifestyles.
Practice look like this. This is the only life you get. This is the only body you get. So treat it likewise. Treat it like it's the only body you'll ever have. That's what I'm doing.
Yes, it is. I'm done. So done. Sean says, "Hey now, Micah, you better get your boy. Say what you will about my mama and Jesus, but you better not say another bad thing about my precious beer." So I have 2 bottles left. I'm giving to mom. Don't look at them. She doesn't drink neither of my parents ever have. It's so true. That's right. It's time for Micah's Man Up Moment here on this beautiful Thursday, September 18th, live on 2:59 in the morning with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. How you doing today, Oran Jackson?
Great, 2 more days left.
2 more days. Hope you're getting to work on time. Hope you got the kids to school on time, getting them some breakfast. Hope you eat your Wheaties, kids. We got another good week of football coming up. I believe Broken Bow's off. And then I think Idaville starts their districts this week.
They play Ashdown.
Ashdown, okay, so they got another non-district game. And I think Valiant may be off this week because they've played 3 games. We're going to talk about living in the chaos like we talked about earlier. You know, when you're trying to create in the creativity, you got to be outside the box. Sometimes you got to embrace the chaos of your daily life. That's what makes things fun. That's how you don't get stagnant. Life is messy. It's unpredictable. It's loud. And sometimes it feels like everything is happening all at once. Here's the thing. That's living at its finest. You never really live till you get close to death, I would say. You never really think about that, but you never feel more alive. You ever see those guys in the war movies, the battle scenes, where he's just in the moment, you know, just sword going, ching, ching, you know, just like he's having the blast. He's living in the moment. And that's what you got to do. Think about it. The moments that stick with us forever are rarely the ones that were planned down to the last detail. Think about all your high school years, running around with your friends and stuff. That little scare that got you, you know, maybe. Like I would say a lot of people in their high school years got close to their demise at one time or another, whether it was goofing around in the pickup truck and, you know, about flipping it or something like that of that nature. Somebody has some story, but you never really appreciate life until you almost cross that line. They're the one, you know, you never can plan those. And that's the ones you remember the most. The things that weren't planned, that weren't supposed to happen, but it did happen. Jackson, you remember that time this happened to you? Oh, yeah, dude, bro, I thought we was gone. Like, stuff like that. The ones that we get caught in the rain and laughed our way through it. Where we turned the wrong way. And we turned that into the best road trip. The memories where a little chaos turned into a story worth retelling 1,000 times. Chaos reminds us that we're alive. It shakes us up. It pushes us out of our comfort zones and keeps us from living life on autopilot. You always see those stories on, or, you know, like cartoons and stuff. It's the guy never moves, but it's like he's at work and then it shifts the picture behind him. He's at home doing the dishes. Then he's, you know, it's just he never moves. It's just life is moving around him. That's the metaphor. It's like life is passing you by. All you're doing is standing still. Maybe, just maybe, instead of trying to control every detail, we lean into it. Because in those messy, wild, unpredictable moments, we find out who we really are. So today, don't run from the chaos. Embrace it. Smile through it. Dance in it. Because that's the pulse of life, beating at its strongest. That is your Micah's Man Up for this Thursday morning, telling you to embrace the chaos, and we have.
Here's Cornelius Neal with his Warrior Minute.
Thanks, y'all. I'm curious. By no way are we health experts. Guess we'll be having cheeseburgers today.
That's right. Cheeseburger. I had a cheeseburger last night.
Did you?
It was a food truck behind Hachi Hachi.
They got a food truck behind that one?
They got like 4 of them.
Do they?
Yeah.
I never stop over there. I always see those over there, but never buy it. I see Fitness.
Yeah. I always get Hachi Hachi, but we tried that out. It wasn't bad. It was like a real cooked patty. Not
Oh,
like
yeah.
a McDonald's taste.
Yeah.
Like he squished it down himself and everything.
I always like a real
Yeah.
burger, not the patty.
Yeah.
I get so like, I'm sorry if I come to your cookout and you're putting patties on there, you know, the pre slices,
Yeah.
burgers on the grill. Like, I'm not staying. I understand it, you know, it helps a lot with, you know, time, but also you just don't get that flavor, you know, it's just not the same.
Which will take us right into pregame live from the UK Stadium in Aston. We'll have myself and Aaron Gibson on the call. Kickoff is for Bronco Players and Aston campus will be at 7:30. On Saturday, be sure to check out the Saturday morning coach show at 9 a.m. Myself, Coach Kincaid, will hold the stats, scores, and what happened on Friday night. I'll go across the record team will run in their own cross country meet, which will happen at 9 Eastern Tech campus here in Iowa. Coaches meetings at 9 o'clock, varsity girls racing 9:15, varsity boys racing 9:35. We'll also have middle school and elementary school racing. IW football teams will host you Philly Saturday beginning with the 12 and under game at 4 o'clock at Warrior Nation Stadium. After that, we'll have the 6 and under game at 5 o'clock, 8 and under game plays at 6, and the 10 and under game goes out tonight at 7. Fans, be sure to check out the K-Love Sports Facebook page for additional information and updates. Until next time, get out there and support the Warriors. Stay safe.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for listening to the Warrior Game right here on Knoxville Scrimmage 96.7.
Good. Oh, it should be on.
Oh, okay. Oh, Sean Doug coming after you today. He says, what's his problem today? First he's hating on my beer, now he's hating on my McDonald's. Don't make me come down there to that radio station and give him a woofer. You just talked about Sean Doug. It's Friday night.
It's just my opinions personally. I would never judge anybody of what y'all do with y'all's lives. I could care less. Someone's got to flip the patties.
He's trying to save your life, Sean Doug.
There's got to be losers for there to be winners.
He called it paste. I could care less.
Yo, Cardi B is pregnant with Stephon Diggs' baby.
I've seen that.
Crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, Cassie, if you hopped on the medicine, like I wouldn't think twice about it. It's so normalized. Everybody's taking some kind of medication nowadays. I mean, I take a supplement. I'll take magnesium. So I heard that everybody's short magnesium.
Riley Green's Cowboy as It Gets tour announced for summer 2026. We'll have 23 stops. Supporting acts include Justin Moore, Zach, John King, and Hannah McFarland. Tickets go on sale soon.
Everybody telling me to, but y'all.
Totally up to you.
Yeah. Take calcium, nice. Like in winter, I'll take vitamin D. Just because I don't get enough because it's winter. Calcium's nice. That's right. Welcome to Live on 259, Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. Good morning.
Good morning. Hope everybody got to work on time, because if you didn't, you're going to be late. We got some country news today. You want to hear it?
Hear it.
We got Riley Green's Cowboy as It Gets tour announced for summer 2026. It's going to have 23 stops, supporting acts including Justin Moore, Zach John King, and Hannah McFarland. Tickets should go on sale soon. Lady A's Charles Kelly welcomes baby number 2. Charles Kelly and his wife Cassie welcome their second child, named Archer Lancaster Kelly, born September 6th. Their oldest son, Ward, is 9 and is now a big brother. They express their joy and gratitude for the young one. And Reba McEntire engaged to Rex Lynn. No! Not Reba. Reba is now engaged to actor Rex Lynn after 5 years of dating. The announcement was made at the 2025 Emmys red carpet. That's just some of your country news. Hope you like that. Still, I'm kind of disappointed in Reba. She's supposed to wait for me, dog. You're listening to Live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier here on Idabelle's First 96.7 KBEL. And we got a classic for you, Brooks and Dunn, Neon Moon.
Sad thing. If it still doesn't go down, then maybe I guess.
Keep walking and running. Do some research.
Yeah, definitely research.
But that's basically what the doctor is going to tell you if you were to ask him, like how you can not have to be on medication. They're going to tell you healthy diet and exercising, cutting this and cutting that. So it's just a lot of people get so used to just being on the medication. And they're okay with that. That's fine. If you don't want to be on the medication, this is what you have to do. Cassie says, Dad named me after Leonard Skinner's, one of their sisters' name was Cassie Gaines. Dad loved them. Mom agreed. Leonard Skinner.
So cheeseburger day. That's all day.
Dad's an awesome drummer. Really? Did not know that. That's so crazy, though. amount of musicians and stuff, these grown adults and stuff, like you would never think. There's a older lady, an elderly lady that can drum, because she was a drummer back in her day and stuff, but she be getting after it. Both my brothers can, not me. He can play anything, just all natural. I can't play a thing. What the heck? You just got to live in the chaos. You got to go try it.
Yeah, I played the clarinet a little bit. Squidward's I mean.
See, I can play piano, like all the basic instruments.
I want to learn to play the piano for sure.
I'm not good. I'm not
Is it hard?
certified. Kind of. The way I learn, I play by ear, or but I can play a little. I'm not an expert, but I can play enough of what I want to play. Like I can't just get up on there and start playing Mozart, but I can play it.
Is it baritone?
No, that's one of the things is I play those instruments. Anything with a band nowadays uses, but I never got to. I always wanted to try the trumpet, but I never got to.
Which one's the baritone? That's not the,
Is
that's
that
a trombone. That's a trombone.
Yeah, that's a trombone. Yes, Sean Duckett, you can play the bass. All right, that was Brooks and Dunn, Neon Moon here on live on 2:59 in the morning with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. Hope everybody got to work on time. It's 4 minutes after 8. If you didn't, no use in speeding now. Go the speed limit, stop by, get some donuts, get something to eat, get a coffee. You're already late. Here's some lifestyle and environment changes for if you're going to boost your creativity in anything that you do. We talked about taking breaks, the song that you're writing, the hit that you're writing it's not always gonna happen on day one. It may take them. I've heard people, some of the greatest songwriters say it took them months, sometimes years to finish a song. And if you don't give it that time, if you don't take a break, if you try to force it, it's not going to be as good. We talked about sleeping well, reduce the screen time. That is a killer. I will tell you that from firsthand. Stay away from your phone if you're working creativity, on your creativity. If you're working on something that you're passionate about, painting, drawing, writing a book, writing skits, writing, whatever, a speech, anything to do, poems, stay away from your phone. Do not get on your phone. It will kill everything that you have going, creativity in your head. It'll kill it. It's done. You'll start doom scrolling. You'll get on Facebook and you'll check everybody's, and now you done lost everything that you had going, the energy that you had. Somebody posts something that you disagree with that kind of puts you down. Boom, there you go. The mood's ruined. You don't even feel like doing it anymore. Sometimes you can use that for more creativity, but why chance it? Creativity is when your mind is at its best. It's open to whatever. There's no rules. There's no, there's nothing. You don't have to be here. You don't have to plan this. You don't have to do any of this. Your mind is free. And that's what you use for your creativity, is to freely just go about what you do. Painting, writing, singing, whatever. Stay off your phones. We'll have more creative tips here in a little bit. We got your national days, notable birthdays, and memorable events coming up in about 14 minutes. Stay tuned if you're listening to live on 2:59 in the morning with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. Don't forget, we got trading lines coming up at 8:30. Get all your stuff. Start rummaging around in that closet in the storage shed and get those stuff out here so we can sell it for you. Stay tuned. Here is When the Sun Goes Down by Kenny Chesney. Get your request in now, 286-6642. Yes, Sean, you know you can play the bass.
What's the bass?
Uh, the 4-string.
Nice.
Cassie says she played the baritone and loved it. It was actually a
Euphonium.
euphonium. See, I started the bass in Mr. Angel's music class.
So what Cassie said?
I got saw Miss Coleman yesterday at Walmart. I told her I got old and fat. She looked beautiful as always. Had her hair and makeup done. She smelled good, and I hugged her twice. Nice. I haven't seen her in a while. I don't think you played my song, sir. What song? What did you want to play?
Oh, with the substitute. That's pretty regular play.
What did you request, Sean? I don't even remember you requesting anything. Oh, I see it. Sorry, I got lost in the comments. He says, I hear the same songs every day. Let's change it up a bit. Adelita by George Strait. All right, my bad. I did not see your comment. She popped up behind me in checkout. Nice. I'm surprised. I've gotten deleted over the years by many of people for just rage baiting, I guess you would say.
Nice. Oh, you be rage bait, I see.
And the one thing is, like, none of my teachers did. Like, my teachers are still on there. All right, Kenny Chesney with "When the Sun Goes Down." We got your national days, notable birthdays, and memorable events coming up in about 8 minutes here on Live on 259 in the morning with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. We have a request for Johnny Cash. This is "Ragged Old Flag."
I walked through a county courthouse.
Good morning, Thas. Can you play "On Here for a Little While" by Billy Dean? Have a good day. We'll see if we can fit it in, because we got another request after this, and then we'll do the national days and all that stuff.
That's a ragged old flag you got hanging on. He said, "Have a seat." I said, "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud."
Of that ragged old flag.
You got a ragged old flag.
I know it. Keeping it true.
Where do we get it on?
I figured Walmart probably. Cornelius keeps wanting me to put out that Idabel flag on Fridays, and I will not do it. I'm sorry, Corn. I'm sorry, man. My poor old savage heart just won't allow me to put that out there and hang it up.
She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville. She got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a broken gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp.
Sean says, "Tell Oran we're having turkey bacon today." Seems
Nice.
like it's kind of his thing.
Turkey bacon's good.
I've never had it.
It's like a healthier version of It's more healthy version of bacon.
Bacon's been so high for a while. I haven't had bacon in I don't know how long. See, that's another thing. It's just like fasting is just easier than dieting, because I'd rather just not eat rather than spend more money on, other food and stuff. I'd rather just not eat. It's so simple. Saves me money and it's doing health benefits. I will say I've cut out a lot of pop by drinking water throughout the day.
You know what testosterone?
I was thinking about that. I need to start doing
Fix
that.
like half your problem
That's what I need.
as a man.
Is that do they got that at Walmart? Do you got to get because I've seen commercials about all that
Yeah, I
stuff.
probably would. Well, I probably wouldn't get it. I mean, I'd probably inject it. I wouldn't take a pill. It sounds scary, sounds bad, but it's like the best way to.
I'm just gonna get on roids,
Yeah.
be jacked all
Start
winter.
taking Friend.
Ragged Old Flag request for Johnny Cash. We got George Strait's Adelita's Way coming up after this. And then the last of boosting your creativity. How about consuming across genres? Read and listen to and watch things you wouldn't normally explore. Foreign films, abstract art, niche podcasts. Take on restraints. Give yourself rules. Tell yourself you're, even if it's just one little task, give yourself that day you need something done. It doesn't have to be a finished product, but say you're coming up with an idea for a song, and just say by Friday I want to have that idea. And it's as simple as that. But give yourself that restraint of you're not going to drag this on for 6 months and haven't done anything. Brainstorm with others. We talked about that. Morgan Wallen is a great songwriter for his era. Like he writes a lot of good songs, but he also has people he writes songs with. And that's one of the reasons why I like his music, is because he has a hand with every song he writes or that he puts out. He's a part of the writing process. So brainstorm, get your friends together, your buddies together, talk about it, whether you're trying to start a podcast, anything like that. That has been all your creative ways and tips to create that boost in the things that you're trying and the creativity that you need. Here's the last request of the day: Adelita's Way by George Strait, or Adelita by George Strait. There's a metal band called Adelita's Way. Roids. Yeah, I'm gonna be jacked this winter time.
Oh, that winter art.
Did your back get better? Sean says hemorrhoids. Kaiser said, did your back get better? Yes, it did. It was just one of those freaky things that just happened, like out of the.
You picked something up, or like you woke up one morning?
I think it was going to happen. Like it was in the after it happened, I was like, well, from Thanksgiving on, like my back's been aching. Like when I get out of bed in the morning and go take a shower, it's just like, man, my back's aching. And I go out to use the bathroom outside in the woods like a man at my mom's house. And however I leaned or whatever, it just, while I'm using midstream, it just and I could not. I stayed at mom's that once I got comfortable in her front room, like I was like, y'all go ahead and go home. I'm not moving. It hurt that bad. I could not walk.
I used to say you lifted too much.
Probably so. Yeah, while being a man, yeah. Maybe slipped it. I think that's what I think. I had a bulging disc. They did X-rays and all that stuff on there, and they never said anything about having to have surgery. So I guess it's just bulging, because they said if you have a bulging disc, it said some if it's that bad, it requires surgery. It said if not, it'll just eventually go back. And I guess it eventually did. So. But you don't think? No, I didn't do the chiropractor. I just stayed at home, laid down all day. I did not want to move.
Did they like help you to work?
Huh?
So you like got hurt working?
No, it wasn't. I wasn't at work.
Oh,
that was one of the things.
You should have waited out, bro.
I tried,
yeah.
But the Monday was President's Day. We were off, so it was gonna have to be Tuesday, and it was just I couldn't do it. Going to the chiropractor today.
Nice. Where are you going to? Oh, Michelle?
Adelita by George Strait. Probably our last request of the day. Billy Dean, maybe if we can get that in after. If I can read through these. Your national days, notable birthdays, and memorable events for September 18th. It's National Cheeseburger Day. September 18th, we honor America's favorite sandwich with a slice of cheese. Go out and get your family a good old cheeseburger. Now, Monday was double cheeseburger day. It's time to pull it back today and just get a regular cheeseburger.
say cheese. It comes with cheese.
Yeah, it's really good.
No, it's not. It's just a cheeseburger.
Cheese on a burger? You broke it wide open, Dad.
Well, it's better than the lettuce ketchup burger. Lettuce and ketchup.
So you're in a little slump. You know, you should take a walk to the store and look at some produce. Maybe you'll get inspired.
Yeah, maybe I should.
That doesn't work. Just make peyote like in the old days.
That last part was not health advice from Oran Jackson or Micah Frazier. But go out and get you a burger today here on lunchtime. There's plenty of places around here. Go local if you can. I will tell you the Red Bee, one of our sponsors for the birthday, the egg burger, the egg cheeseburger. It is so good. Let me tell you. And when you go up there, tell them Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier sent you. We got National Pawpaw Day. The third Thursday in September provides a taste of the great forgotten American fruit. I wasn't even thinking that. I'm thinking pawpaw.
Yeah, that's what I thought already.
Apparently, take a bite out of this creamy mango banana flavored pawpaw to celebrate National Pawpaw Day. I've never even heard of a pawpaw fruit. But a mango banana, that sounds pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So if you're somewhere that they sell pawpaws and you didn't let us know, shame on you. But go out and grab you one. It's National Pawpaw Day. It's National Air Force Birthday Day. Happy birthday to the Air Force and everybody within. National Air Force Birthday, September 18th, commemorates the establishment of the U.S. Air Force. It's National HIV, AIDS, and Aging Awareness Day. National HIV, AIDS, and Aging Awareness Day on September 18th highlights the number of people living longer with HIV and AIDS. And it's good to be smart and stay away from those. I will say that. That is all your national days. We're going to move on to your notable birthdays for September 18th. We got George Reed, 1733, signer of the Declaration of Independence. Johnny Mantz, 1918, auto racer, winner of the first 500-mile race in NASCAR history. Frankie Avalon, 1940, teen idol and singer of Venus and Beauty School Dropout. Oh, the guy on Grease. Beauty School Dropouts. We got Ben Carson, 1951, neurosurgeon who led a team of surgeons in the first known successful separation of conjoined twins. James Gandolfini, 1961, actor fondly remembered for his award-winning role as Tony in The Sopranos. And last but not least, Barrett Komisky, 1975, inventor of e-link or e-ink, better ability to read ebooks. We got your memorable events for September 18th, 1769. John Harris builds the first spinet piano. 1793, President Washington lays the first cornerstone of the U.S. Capitol. That's when presidents really did some work. 1837, Charles Lewis, Tiffany, and Teddy Young opened Tiffany and Young, later Tiffany & Co. in New York City. 1850, Congress passed the Fugitive Slave Law requiring slaves to be returned to their owners. Wow, dark history, but the more you know. 1851, the New York Daily Times newspaper, later the New York Times, is published for the first time. 1895, spiritualist Daniel Palmer gives the first chiropractic adjustments as an alternative medical treatment. There you go, Cassie Johnson.
I know that was scary for the first client.
1927, Columbia Broadcasting System, CBS, goes on the air. 1947, the CIA officially comes into existence. 1947, the Department of Defense begins operations. 1964, the Addams Family appears. Da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. 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 And Last but not least, 1984, Joe Kittinger completes the first solo balloon crossing of the Atlantic. That, ladies and gentlemen, has been your national days, notable birthdays, and memorable events for September 18th. We got Billy Dean with Only Here for a Little While. Stay tuned for Trading Lines here on Idabelle's First 96.7 KBEL. You're listening to Live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. Dr. Eric said he comes to Bebo twice a week.
Nice.
You have heard it. You have heard of it before. I believe that's what Blue was eating in the Jungle Book. Was it? I haven't seen the Jungle Book in so long. What does a pawpaw look like?
Okay.
It ripens in the fall. So, okay. So that makes sense. We're almost at fall.
Right
So.
here.
Cassie John says, woohoo! All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all being with us. We outie.
See y'all.
See y'all tomorrow for a beautiful Friday, 7 a.m. tomorrow. No problem. Yeah, totally up to you. If you feel bad and stuff, first you got to realize you're here at this point in your life. If you're still feeling okay, I would say, yeah, go ahead and do what you can to try to keep from being on medication. But if you're feeling bad, this is the short alternative. So do what you will. Let us know how it goes. But y'all have a good day.